Okay, we're going to work a little bit on the neck area. I'm going to use some Sink Gray, and I think I'm going to move to a bit of a bigger brush. I'm going to move to 3/8 Princeton Filbert. Just going to let it soak for a little bit. And then we'll load my brush. Get this thinned out. Test it over here to see if it's making thin lines. If you get too much, sometimes you can just do a slight dab on the paper towel to kind of get out that extra little bit. Gonna start down around this area. And again, he's kind of a dappled color, so these colors are going to be kind of hit and miss a little bit. He's got a little bit here where his chest kind of divides up a little bit, the muscles. I'm not worried about this layer being too neat, because we'll be coming back over with some of the white. Be a little bit darker up in this area. Kind of more in the shadows. So I'm just kind of tapping along. So that kind of comes out a little bit, the shadow parts. As you see, I'm using the side of my brush a little bit on some of these areas when I want to make a little bit longer line. We're using the zinc gray, thinned out. You need to dip your brush back in the water. The thing nice about these brushes, if you can get them loaded just right, enough water, and you can go quite a ways with it. Now this hair doesn't go straight this way. It kind of curves. You can see, kind of curves out somewhat. Some areas on where his muscles and stuff are showing have a little bit darker areas where the muscles dip in. Like I said, he's got that split in his chest. Chest muscles divide up. So yeah, it's just not a solid deal, but just different volumes in the dark and the light, and different angles. Blending over one another. Sometimes it helps to have your brush up a little more straighter. So that you're getting just the tips of these bristles on the surface. Sometimes it's just a matter of tapping. I'm just kind of tapping along here and there. Okay, clean out my brush, take another picture. Okay. He's got a little more darker area in here. So I'm going to go back with 3/8 filbert grainer, and I want to pick up some granite. I don't know why I keep saying granite. It's graphite, 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 graphite. And I'm just going to kind of like flick. I'm not really, just kind of barely laying the brush down and lifting right back up to kind of get these little flicks of color. Of course, you still want to pull and tap in the same direction that the fur is. Because these could be kind of like freckles. See how that's looking? Almost like he's got little freckles. Kind of leaving a little bit of a wider area through here. Some places it's just a little bit heavier. Other places it's not as heavy. And this also comes down. Let's see. This kind of comes up just a little bit, like so. If you get too much, we can always come back with some white and lighten it up. Or your horse will just have more speckles. He's got some speckling down through here. Okay. He also has a little of that speckling kind of around his eye a little bit. And over this eye. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, while I've got this color in my brush, I'm going to do just a little bit of a few areas. Kind of like shading a little bit. Of course, you can always come back and do this after you get the white on too. When I'm about out of paint, I'm going to just dab this a little bit so that it's lighter. Maybe a little bit right in through here where it's shadowed a little bit. There's hardly any paint left in this brush, so it's just barely there. Okay. Now clean your brush out on that.